All right. So, I don't know if we have persons who joined our first session that happened 2 days back on the 13th. We did just notify with like an emoji or something. So, okay. So, okay. Good to have you back here. So, today's session is basically going to be a session where, as earlier indicated to those of you who are in the group, that this session is going to be where you hear from three people who have walked the path, and you would hear based on their real stories, and they'll also share like advice to you who wants to start this journey as an analyst. Because I believe that for those of us in this call, we joined the group mainly because of our interest in blockchain analysis. So these persons that we've brought for you are persons who were once like you, probably started out confused, right? And to an extent, they have been able to get enough clarity and are currently actively practicing the skill which they have learned, right? And today they're going to tell you how they went from zero to building real dashboards, landing opportunities, and also growing their confidence in this space. So, of course, there are Q&A sessions where you get to ask your questions. So if there are any questions that you have, feel free to note it down, and we will take the sessions during the live Q&A. So moving forward, what do we have for you guys today based on our agenda? So we have the host opening and welcome pre-panel engagement question. We'll take our first speaker, then the second speaker, and our third speaker. Then we would move on to the Q&A, and we will look over other students' testimonials. Then we would have the career opportunities available for Onchain analyst session. And then we would look through our data providers, our program for you, and the closing and next steps. So without wasting more time, I just want us to have like a little activity before we begin. So type in the chat if you could understand one thing about on-chain data, like right now, what would it be? I'll just give a few seconds or minutes so that we can answer that question. So I can see a few persons who are here: Zeus, Kayode, Oladipupo. So feel free to share, right? If you could understand one thing about on-chain data right now, what would that be? I'm looking out in the chat to see any responses.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good
Okay,
evening,
good
everybody.
evening, Zeus. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, hi. I am Zushuki, and basically, what I'm looking out for is I'm hoping to be able to um, understand a bit more about how blockchain data is structured, and if there's one thing I really, really want to gain from today's session, is to be able to gain insight from these other people who have journeyed this path before and understand how not just analyzing and processing blockchain data, but how gaining vital information from this can help put me forward in the field.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Zeus. So exactly what you've said, right? Hopefully we are going to answer that, right? We are going to give you answers to your expectations. So meet our panelists without wasting much time. We have three past students and they're going to be sharing with us three real journeys. So we have Dave the Analyst, Gloria, and Olalekan, and they are going to be the ones who are going to walk us through their journey from before they started out in the field of Onchain analysis and their journey so far in this space. So into driving crypto adoption across Africa. With a background in computer science and non-profit work addressing infant mortality in Nigeria, he blends social impact with emerging tech, earning recognition as an opportunity desktop 30 under 30 global changemaker. As the founder of Crypto Alpha, he delivers on-chain analysis, market research, and educational content. He also served as Binance West Africa ambassador and has engaged over 25,000 participants globally. And his mission is to empower African builders and accelerate an open on-chain future. I don't know if we have Mr. Michael Olalekan on the call. So please, if you're here, feel free to indicate so you can take the stage. Awesome. So, Mr. Michael, you have the floor.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Trust you all doing well, and thanks for that intro. Oyobase. Yeah. So what do I start with? Is there a question for me to answer?
Okay. So the other is basically you're going to walk us through before you started out in this space, your journey so far, any experiences, any milestones, and the rest.
All right. Good evening again. Once again, everyone. I trust you're doing well, and I want to also congratulate you guys for this journey, the analysis journey. Yeah. So let me start from before data analysis. Before analytic sage. Yeah, so I'm just the regular crypto guy, just like many of you, and I know some of you this might be your first encounter into the Web3 space. Yeah, so I started just like almost an average crypto person, started from the basics. So I got intrigued by the blockchain technology, started with Bitcoin especially. Yeah, so from my early days, that's far back 2018. Yeah, I've been very fascinated about the blockchain technology. So I got more intrigued about this technology where you can easily transfer value without an intermediary. That means I can be in Nigeria and send value to someone in a different country without visiting the bank, without following all those due process. Yeah, so it's got me interested and began to dig more into what this technology entails. And I discovered, okay, there's Bitcoin and there are other um, major cryptocurrencies, which we call altcoins. So that's how my journey began. Then I began to uncover and discover that, oh, there are so many and there's more to this, right? So I did my research. I passed through various learning processes where I gathered information about Bitcoin, altcoins. Then I went into the aspect of trading, head of farming, DeFi, what have you. You can mention them. I've explored them all, NFTs and all. Yeah. So early or late 2025. So from 2018, I've been doing my regular Web3 stuff, right? So before Analytic Sage, I've been doing a little bit of on-chain analysis, but not in depth, just on the surface level where I just read the blockchain explorer. So the blockchain explorer is like a ledger where you see all the transactions that happen on the blockchain. So for Bitcoin, you can go to Bitcoin Explorer to check that. We have for Ethereum, we have for other blockchains, right? So I can translate this data. I know what they entail. I know, okay, if a transaction happens, which address is this transaction coming from, who is sending, who is receiving, and how much was transferred, wallet address, timestamp, hash, all of this. And so in my early days, I understood all of this, right? Yeah, so that has been what I've been doing before Analytic Sage. And before Analytic Sage, I also have a platform called Crypto Alpha. Yeah. So I notice information is very the way we have information in the blockchain space is saturated, is scattered, and for newbies that want to get started, they might find it difficult to know where to start. And I commend Analytic Sage for what they are doing, because what they are doing is also what I'm doing, but I'm not into the data analysis part. I'm more of the introductory part, where I give you the basics of how to get started in your crypto journey and cryptocurrency journey, then walk you through, then show you, okay, these are various areas where you can dive into. You can become a trader, you can become a DeFi expert, you can become maybe a full-time airdrop farmer, or a data analyst, sorry. Yeah, and you can do that with Analytics Sage, right? So I just felt I needed to do more for myself. I needed to know more into the blockchain space. I needed something like a niche. Yeah. So I decided to go. So a friend of mine, Mizzy, Michael, is also my namesake, right? Yeah. So he told me about analytics. I was like, and actually I've been wanting to do more, and well, this is a good opportunity. So I picked up interest. I applied. We applied. Yeah, we made payments, and we became a student of Analytics Sage. And ever since then, the journey has been a very interesting one, because I've been someone who is fascinated by data. Yeah, so I like working with data, manipulating data, and representing them. Yeah, so this has been my drive, and this is why I do what I do currently, and this is why I'm also expanding on what I've learned from Analytics Sage, because Analytics Sage would help you to understand the basics. It's not left for you to build yourself in the aspect of data analysis, right? Because you can't teach you everything in the class, or if at all they teach you everything, there are still so many things for you to discover that is left for you to discover on your own, right? And I've been doing that in my spare time, diving into other aspect of, or a more complex aspect of data analysis, and sincerely I've been finding it very much interesting. And thankfully, the background and also the basics from Analytics Stage is helping me do that. Yeah, so you also have access to mentors. If you have questions, you can reach out to your mentors, or your course teachers to guide you, and they'll be willing to guide you. There's also a community of people that are like minds, right? So if you have any issues in your going in your data, you can always reach out to the community, and they'll be willing to help you. So this is just a summary of my story. I got interested into the crypto space, and from just normal trading, airdrop farming, teaching people Web3, teaching people crypto. Then I dived into data analysis. Yeah, so I'm not stopping here. I'm definitely I'm currently taking some advanced courses, and also expanding my knowledge based on data analysis. Yeah, so that's just a brief about my story.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael, for that. So, if you have any questions for Mr. Michael, just like I said earlier, we have a dedicated Q&A session to take any questions, right? So, moving on to our next speaker, who is with a background in marketing. Her work spans data and content creation, where she has worked with brands like Espresso, Azza, and Onboard to create fun content that drives conversations. She enjoys making crypto easy for everyone to understand and digging through on-chain data to find insight no one else is talking about. So I just want to say one thing about Ms. Gloria. So her dashboard, her post right is nothing short of amazing. So this everything about her, based on the fact that she's a storyteller and content writer, it's not just words. Because whenever you see her kind of content that she posts on her X or LinkedIn, they're actually very, very captivating. So please help me to applaud Miss Gloria as she takes the floor. Miss Gloria, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Okay, ma. So please, you have the floor.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I thank Analytic Stage for this opportunity to be able to speak again. I spoke at the dashboard chair down, had a dashboard chair down, where I talked about, I just like walked people through my process about, how I got my dashboard. So yeah, thank you, University, for that. So how I started my journey. So I started my journey like Michael. I got into crypto because it was a good alternative for money. I was a freelancer. I'm a writer actually. I started writing just normal articles, web too, in that sense. And it was very hard for me to get payments for clients because of Nigeria. So Payoneer banned my account, people froze my money. Um Western Union, you had to work to collect the dollars physically. So when I heard there was something like crypto where I could just receive the money and it would come at no cost to me and then little cost to the sender, it was very, very intriguing. So I wanted to explore that technology, and because it was new too, right? Just the way AI is new and a lot of people are exploring AI. Crypto, it was new, and I just wanted to see, oh, what's here? What can I do? So I started writing. I started as a news writer. That was my first ever crypto job. I started as a news writer for a local news company that's CoinDictate. And yeah, I was able to I'm grateful for that opportunity because it helped me to get into crypto. I didn't know much then, but the employer was willing to take a chance on me, and um like I was learning on the job. I was learning about crypto on the job. I would look at what is blockchain, what's Explorer, what's liquidity, what's a ledger, looking at all those things on the job as I was writing. So later on, as I was able to like improve and this is really interesting. But I wanted to like do more after that because I know that I've learned the basics and I also like got my writing into to a certain degree. So, I got into Investopedia, and that's where I currently work as a crypto writer. And then but that was different from news writing. In fact, in the way that I have to explain things to people, to a global audience. So you're not just writing for if you're writing crypto news articles, you are mainly writing for a crypto native audience. Or if you're writing for a financial publication in that sense that wants to reach out to crypto and people to want to educate people about crypto, you need to be able to understand this thing better and explain it to them in a way that they can understand without dumbing it down or without being condescending also. So that's how I was able to, get into that role and start writing those articles. But then again, when I was writing articles and I just I just wanted to do more, especially with the explosion of ChatGPT. A lot of people are phasing out writers. A lot of people are saying, oh, they don't need writers. Writing was very hot in 2021, 2022. Immediately ChatGPT and then other models started coming. People would like reach out to people and they're like, oh, you don't need writers, we have a workflow, or we are trying to cut down our team. And marketing is usually where they start cutting down from. So writing is part of marketing, content writing, technical writing falls under marketing. So that's where you usually get the cut when teams want to they want to be smaller, they want to manage revenue. So I started thinking of what I would do to stand out as a writer because now we are talking about 2024, 2025. Writing is normal a thing like anybody can generate anything with AI now. So how can I stand out? And that's when I started looking into research, crypto research. So in 2025, I believe it was early 2025, I applied to be a base research lead. So I was a co-lead with another guy, Bolango, and we were leads for the Base West Africa Research Club, where we are telling people about research methods and how to get into, how to dig out information. And that it was non-technical because we were both non-technical. Um, my colleague was more technical with, the workings of the blockchain. I was more of like presentation and, how to frame your research and all that. But doing that made me realize that there's a depth of on-chain research that I'm not getting to. And that's when I started seeking out how to get into on-chain research, how to understand it. Believe me, I tried. I tried courses. I tried SQL courses. I do like anything coding. I've actually tried coding before. That was like 2018, and it was not going. It was not entering my head. That's when I said, oh, let me just double down on writing, because I heard that coding was really paying, and it's still paying well, right? So I just said I was looking for on-chain research programs. The ones that I was seeing data analysis were not Web3. It was hard to see something that was Web3, and the ones that were Web3 were either very, very expensive, or they were covering what I already knew. I wanted to learn SQL, but I wanted to learn it in such a way that it would not confuse my head, because I'm someone that likes simple things, right? I simplify crypto for people. Everything about me is simple. My bios, the way I write, everything is simple, right? So I do not want something complicated. And I tried a few courses and I was like, this SQL is not entering my head at all. Until I saw somebody, I can't remember the person now, but I saw somebody post about, I don't know the person, post on Twitter about something about research and all that. And I asked the person, where did you learn? And the person said, oh, they actually, check out Analytic Sage. They have a program for SQL and Python. And I was like, okay, I've never heard about Analytic Sage before, but let me check them out. So I checked them out, and I think it was a few days to the deadline for that cohort. I'm a cohort 6 student, SQL. And I checked it out, and I was like, okay, if people are saying that this works, and I said that they were recruiting like their students research, they had programs going on. It was an active handle, it was an active page. So I signed up. I signed up, I paid, and I cannot begin to explain or put into words how much that helped me learning SQL. I was very active in class. I was always asking questions, because I wanted to really understand this SQL, and it was so easy to understand. At the beginning, it was like, this course, what is select, what is from, what is where, what am I going to be cramming all these things every time I want to write my on-chain research? But now I do it for fun, right? I mean, think of a protocol like I did on Monday. I was like, what is Stella doing nowadays? I'm not hearing about Stella. It was very popular like in 2020 or so, and I checked them out. I saw that they had like one function. I don't want to go into the technical details, a clubback function. I just said, okay, let me see if people are even using this function. And I just wrote a query on it, a simple query, and I was able to get some, and I published it on Twitter. So Analytic Sage that really helped my journey to help me to understand SQL. I'm not more just a writer now, because writing is no more the mode. Let me use that. Writing is not just something special that people can do. Anybody can write nowadays with AI. But I'm also a writer, a storyteller, and that's why I call myself a data storyteller, because anybody can make a dashboard, anybody can write queries, but for you to be able to give insights to companies, and because I have a marketing background, I'm able to tell companies what they can see with on-chain data. So I'm not just coming to you as somebody that can use Dune, but I'm also coming to someone that can offer you insights, especially in this bear market, on what you can do, your user retention, how many people are using this particular function in your wallet, on what days are people more active, that kind of thing. So if you want to target them for ads, you know, things like that. I'm in a crypto marketing group, and if a founder was asking, how to be able to know if there's any on-chain, resource that she can be able to use to know, the activity of people and the wallets. And I decided to build a dashboard on it. I mean, nobody asked me, but I was curious if I could find that information with June, and I did. And I was able to see like some wallets labeled and labeled wallets. I know it's great because you do that um beginners, like you're taking the first step into this course. But yeah, I was able to do that, and I show it, and a lot of people liked the dashboard. You get, because it was not just, oh, let me just do the dashboard for sake of doing the dashboard, but also to actually build something that people can use. So yeah, analytics stage has really helped me, and I am so happy that people are taking this step to learn SQL just like I did last year. And on-chain research is not something that is just limited to you being a data analyst. You can be a writer that has a research background. You can be an airdrop farmer that has a research background. You'll be able to get more information, see what everybody else is not seeing. By the time you're already seen it, by the time it already blows up, you're already one step ahead because you've seen it before, you've studied the data before. You are even the one that will be publishing it on X, right? And people will be looking at it. But by the time people want to take action, you're already taking action because you're already a step ahead of everybody, because you have a skill that not many people have. That's on chain research. So yeah, that's my journey.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Gloria, for that wonderful talk. So I have pinned in the chat the link to the dashboard here down that she mentioned, where she broke down an Arbitrum dashboard. So it's a monthly tear down that we do in Analytic Sages, where our community members have the opportunity to come and share a dashboard that they built, a query that they tackle. Just pick like can be like a personal project that they did, right? And then they come to share with us whatever they did. So feel free to check it out. I can assure you that Gloria did an amazing one that day. So yeah. Now we'll be taking on our next speaker. In person of Mr. David. So, Dave, the analyst, is a computer scientist and blockchain analyst in the Web3 space. He analyzes blockchain data and builds dashboards to simplify complex financial systems. He holds a global Oracle certification in SQL, and one of his recent Dune Analytics projects was ranked among the top trending dashboards. He is driven to create meaningful impact in Web3 through data and research. So, Mr. David, if you're on the call, please feel free to indicate so we take you up on the stage.
All right.
Mr.
James,
David,
guys, can you hear me?
awesome. Yes, sir,
All
we
right.
can hear you, sir.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Before I continue, I would like to thank you for that and Analytic Sages for this privilege and opportunity. Yeah. So not to waste any time, let me just go straight into it. So you guys can hear me very well, right?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right. All right. So yeah. Good evening once again. My name is David, and I'm a computer scientist and a blockchain analyst. So I'll just start from my foundation, how I start in tech, and then blockchain analytics. Uh, so yeah, naturally I came from the Web2 space because in the Web2 space I was a data analyst actually. So of course I learned the tools required, normally Excel, SQL, and Power BI or Tableau. So while being in the Web2 background, like Web2 space naturally, I've been hearing a lot of buzzwords around Web3 and blockchain generally. So I was really interested, like, okay, what was blockchain about? What was Web3 about? So I just like did a little bit research to just learn about Web3 generally. So after seeing Web3, I was like, let me just let me just try and see if I can also be data analyst in Web3. I was in Web2 before. So I went to Twitter, just searched for Web3 data analysts and all of that. So I found Analytic Sages, and I was like, okay, let me just check what Analytic Sages is about. I went to their YouTube channel, watched some videos, and to just like know what exactly um Analytic Sages is about. So yeah, I watched their videos and all. So one of the things that like actually helped me to say, okay, let me just try this, let me just try it out. Some of their alumni and graduates have like actually been doing very, very well in the Web3 space. Um, I don't know if you have heard of him or if you know him. Two people that I know particularly that have like really, really inspired me and motivated me is DeFi Josh and Tobichi. So like I see their I see their work, I see what they are doing, and I'm like, since these guys actually like also pass through analytic stages and they're now this good, let me just try it out. And so yeah, before joining this part, because I'm still in the court actually, but I'm in the mentorship session, so I'm still in the court. Before joining this particular court, I literally had no experience. no experience in Web3, no experience in blockchain analytics. So, oh, sorry, Oladipupo, I see you raised your hand. Maybe if I'm done, I'll just like give you the permission to like talk. So, as I was saying, before joining this particular cohort, I had no experience at all. So, I and of course, to be sincere, the tutors taught us quite well, starting from blockchain foundation to blockchain analytics foundation and all. So I was learning a lot from the cohort, learning how SQL works, how blockchain analytics works generally. Because to be sincere, blockchain analytics and data are like Web2 analytics and Web3 analytics. They are quite different. And Web3 one is more complex than Web3 one. So at first, I was really overwhelmed. I was confused. Well, of course, with time, putting in the effort, learning more, attending classes, putting in the effort, learning more, attending classes, I saw that I was starting to actually understand what blockchain analytics is really about. So I'll just quickly go through some of the things I actually like was able to achieve, or what analytic stages were able to do for me personally. So yeah, there was this particular capstone project that we were given. We were given a particular project to work on. That okay, since you've been taught some of these things, just work on this project. And I worked. The project was actually I don't know if you know Balancer, like it's the DEX. So we were told to like just do a research about them and see how they are doing and all. So we built, like the students generally, we built a dashboard and posted it on X, tagged Analytic Sages, and also that was actually like the project that will qualify us for the mentorship session. If you guys register, you know more about that. So yeah, I was among one of the people that was able to qualify for the mentorship session, and that has been so really really fantastic since then. I qualified for the mentorship session. Our first, no, I think our second lecture actually, we were given an assignment to work on Aave. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Aave protocol. So we were given an assignment to work on the Aave protocol and build some stuff on it. I just, okay, since we've already been taught some of these stuff, let me just build a dashboard on it and just like see what it is all about. So I built it, I posted it. I built like till like in the night. So of course I slept. When I woke up, I saw that that particular dashboard I built was among the trending dashboard. I saw that particular dashboard I built was among the trending dashboard on Dune. So I even went to Dune community actually, and I saw that that particular post really had a lot of impressions. So to be sincere, it wasn't easy at all. Because I mean, I was majorly in Web2, coming from Web2 to Web3, it was quite taxing. But something Apostle of Finance will tell us is that if you have the passion, the hunger, and if you're also disciplined, there's no would actually like get the stuff. And even yeah, let me just share this also. Just I think yesterday, a guy just reached out to me and was like, he saw the project I did. The first one was the balance sound that we were given as the capstone project, and the second one was the Avi dashboard that we built. So it was like he saw those two projects and he would like to like collaborate with me. But to be sincere, after talking and talking, he now said he was looking for somebody that was more of a crypto trader. And me, I'm more of a blockchain analyst, so I didn't get the gig. But of course, I know more will definitely come. So just imagine just entering Web3 this particular year and already getting those kind of results. And to be sincere, it was analytics stages that like really, really helped me out to actually like build that kind of profile, that kind of experience. Because when those stages actually, I hope you guys join this particular course, because if you really have passion for block analytics, they will make it more simpler for you. But when you join, you are likely to also like face challenges and all. But what will really help you is if you're actually like hungry, passionate, and you just keep on going and keep on learning. Don't just like stop at where they taught you guys. Go further, learn more, build more stuffs. You get. And something that I will say also is that their their alumni. If you go and check, you can go and check it out. DeFi Josh or Tobechi, they're really really building a lot of stuff in Web3, and they've done like great and super stuffs. And they were even the one that actually like majorly inspired me, because I see what they are doing and I really love what they are doing. And I would also be sincere with you. Before joining Analytic Sages, I looked for resources all around, like on YouTube, everywhere. I was searching for different resources. But what you observe is that blockchain analytics generally it is still a rare skill. I came from Web2 now. If I go to YouTube, just search for how to be a data analyst in on YouTube, I can easily see multiple videos that will like even explain better. But because blockchain analytics is like one of the upcoming career in Web3 and in the space generally, you might not really see any resources like that. So one of the things that like actually helped me to understand better, because after going through some of the things I saw on YouTube, I didn't see like really get that thing that like I wanted, like to understand it better. I didn't get it, but after like of course registering for the cohort, and to be sincere, I'm still learning. Like I said earlier, I'm still in the mentorship session actually. Like I'm still in the mentorship session. We're still learning a whole lot. So if you can register, of course, it will like really, really help your career. And that has like been one of the things that also helped me. The other phone. Sorry, someone talking. John, please if you can mute your mic. If, as I was saying, when you also like register for this stuff, there are community members that if you ask questions, maybe something you don't understand, they would help you out. They would also like, if you're having a particular difficulty in one period or the other, they would help you out. But to be sincere, they would help you. They would like try and bring you up, but you still need to like take further steps and learn more by yourself, because Web3 generally like is very, very broad and complex. So to like get that deep knowledge, you still like need to put in a lot of effort. So yeah, I think that's all. And I saw a question that someone said, let me just like those try and talk on it. Someone said, let me check. Can someone without computer science background fit in or cope Olympic? As I said, if you have that hunger, that passion, and like you attend the classes very well, I don't even think you really need to be a computer scientist, because I'm still in school actually, to be sincere. And in fact, what they're teaching me there and what I'm learning by myself, they're like far apart. If you go and do your own research very well, you see that most of what they're teaching computer scientists generally is still like, it's not really, really like latest stuff. So it would be an advantage, of course, but of course you can also do like quite well without it. So yeah, that's all.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for that amazing session. So I liked when you talked about your attitude towards when you did not get that opportunity. So I would just say that that was like a very good show of character, and it also determines, like it also portrays or gives other persons the perspective that okay, having the right attitude towards certain opportunities and the rest can really position you to like, you know, have a positive mindset or remain very positive when another opportunity that fits you so much comes your way. So that was like an amazing one, sir. Thank you so much. Basically, everything you've portrayed, right, is proof that okay, learning is a superpower, basically, and also learning publicly. So I would just state that if you guys notice to an extent, these three persons that we featured today have some level of what's it called? I would like to say specialization, but to an extent, like now, Mr. Michael, he's into social impact. Miss Gloria, she's in marketing. Then Mr. David, I saw something like financial systems. So you can be in any industry, right? And try to, if you want, if it's something that you would want, chip in blockchain analytics, right, as a skill. I believe that for as many of us who are here, right, and all of us who are in the group, the reason why we joined is because we are interested in this thing called blockchain analysis. So, and like Mr. David rightfully said, you don't need to have a computer science this in background to really understand blockchain analysis. At the end of the day, is your willingness to learn. Because if you think about it, everybody can learn anything, basically anything, right? So long as you put your mind to it and you have the right attitude and you do the necessary things, right? So we are going to be handling the Q&A session now. If you have any questions, feel free to either unmute your mic and ask the question or state it in the chat section. Mr. Rashid, your hand has been raised for quite some time, so I would allow you to speak. You can feel free to unmute and speak, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Dave, and thank you other mentors for the wonderful presentation. Please, my question is this. I'm currently trying to get a grip of Web 2, and this opportunity for a Web 3 blockchain analytics came up. So I don't know if Web 2, what if the knowledge of Web 2 will be a prerequisite to have a good background for a Web 3. And I want maybe Mr. Dave or any other mentor to actually throw more light on that. Did you get my question, please?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I will
got
go
that.
for question. Okay, Mr. David, you want to go ahead to answer? No problem, because I was going to ask any of you to basically answer the question. Feel free.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, actually, I also came from Web 2. Like I said, I learned Excel, Power BI, and SQL. To be sincere, it will like give you a leverage or an advantage when you are learning blockchain analytics. Because coming from a 2 background, I feel like as a data analyst now, there's a way you would want to think, there's a way you would want to like ask questions before trying to solve a particular problem. So, and in fact, if there will be a particular tool you'll be using, which is called Dune. And on Dune, you use SQL to query blockchain data. So I feel like if you have SQL knowledge, naturally, it's like be of great advantage to you. So yeah, but of course, if you also don't have any knowledge, you can just register for the course, and they will teach you SQL also, like from the very very foundation.
So please, so SQL is part of this program for blockchain analytics.
Yes, SQL is part. You would need SQL to query. In fact, SQL is like the main thing that you'll be making use of, because you need SQL to query blockchain data.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for that response. So we have another question in the chat, and the question is, are there any specific programming language one needs to learn to make one familiar with Web3 blockchain analysis? So, Mr. John, is this question like a question before you joined a program that will allow you to know blockchain analysis, or after? You can state it in the chat, or you feel free to unmute, and any of the speakers can answer your question.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, okay, sorry. Yes, Gloria, you're audible. Okay, before. He says before.
Okay. So for this question, okay, before, oh no, you don't need to then, like Dave said, if you have knowledge, if you have prior knowledge, it would be an advantage. But me, I don't come from a computer science background. I don't know programming. I've never done any coding before. But at first, the way they teach in Analytic Sages, the way the classes are structured, very interactive. You would be with other people too that are coming from scratch like you able to learn. So if you don't know any programming language prior to taking the course, it doesn't really matter. You catch up and even do well.
Awesome. So I don't know if that answered your question, John. Thank you so much for that, Miss Gloria. So if you did, you can just give a thumbs up. Are there any other questions? Okay, so I will, if there are no other questions for now, I can just ask this particular question to, who should I ask? Mr. Michael, feel free to share. Okay, so Rashid has asked the question. So before I ask my question now, are the classes virtual or physical? So, so sorry for that. And my network got disrupted. So there's a question. Mr. Michael, can you answer that question? How long is the program?
Um, is it the Analytic Sage program is referring to, or which program exactly?
Okay, so the Analytic Sages program, the very first one, Become a Blockchain Analyst, is a 1 month program, right? Then if you qualify for the mentorship, because there are criteria for that, like Mr. Michael program, you would now do like an but normally the program is just 4 weeks, that's a month.
Hello, please.
Now, the historical development of
Hello.
insurance in Nigeria.
Okay.
Before the colonial masters came into
Hello.
our society.
Please. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, Sarah, she can hear you.
Sorry. So I asked a question. The program are they physical or virtual?
Okay, yes. So sorry about that. I thought I had responded to that, but since my network was cut me off. So the classes are actually virtual. I was saying that for now we are really like doing virtual classes. This allows us to really accommodate persons on a very like global scale because we take students across, the globe. So yeah. I think that should be all our questions from the audience. I just have one question for our three speakers. Please just like briefly so that we can we're working with time. At most 30 minutes from now, we should be done. Before 30 minutes, we should actually be done. So, but to our speakers, can you explain or like tell us of a time where maybe there was like a project that you're working with or like a particular problem or around or a capsule and it was like a bit hard for you. Feel free to name so like tell us what the project was basically about. So yeah. I will
Okay.
start with Miss Gloria.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, so the issue that I had or the challenge that I had, one project that really challenged me was the a Sonic dashboard, a Sonic EVM dashboard that I was building. It's a gaming dashboard. So I wanted to reach out. They were looking for a research intern. So I wanted to reach out. So I said, let me reach out to the dashboard. It was very hard getting not EVM, sorry, SVM, I think. So it was very hard getting data for that because there's another chain called Sonic on EVM, and that's not an EVM blockchain. That's on Solana. The one I was building was on Solana. So it's very hard getting the tables that I needed for my query. And at a point I wanted to give up. I was like, this thing, it's like it did not work at all. So what I did was just to ask like a few people in the community privately. And then I also went to check like were there any dashboards that were built before. And then at the end of the day, I was able to get some direction, some pointers, and then also go to Twitter, check out what people were saying about it. That could really point me to where I could get this information I needed. So at long last I was able to build it, and yeah, it came out well with the accurate data. So I had to even like confirm with other blockchains, not just Etherscan, I think Bird's Eye and something else, confirm that what I actually built was correct. So when I did that, I was like, oh yeah, this thing actually works. So yeah, that's my challenge, and I overcame.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. So we will take Mr. Michael.
All right. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Right, thank you. Okay, so I guess it was a dashboard I built was not recently. Yeah, that was a Wallet Connect dashboard. Yeah, I noticed there was not much information on that project itself. It's a Wallet Connect. Many of us know it's WCT. When you want to connect your wallet to a DApp, that's a decentralized application, like we want to connect to maybe Uniswap or PancakeSwap, they are the intermediary between the website and the wallet. So they connect the website to your wallet. So that's what they basically do. So they launched a token called WCT, their network token. Yeah, so I was one of their contributor. So I noticed that their dashboard, there was not much information about this token itself. And even their dashboard, it was not the query was private. Yeah. So I decided to do something about it. So I went into building my dashboard. I first of all define my parameters. Okay, what are those data I want to represent on my dashboard? The TVL, um, the because and again they add their token on 4 blockchains. Yeah, so they majorly launched on Optimism, while they bridge some to Solana, Base, and Ethereum. So I was building in block the dashboard for 4 blockchains. So I defined my parameters I was going to build the blockchain on, TVL and all. So after building most of the parameters, then I started having issue with the orders count. Like I wanted to have a dashboard, a table that will display the orders count of each blockchain. So the order count for Optimism, where they had most of the users, most of their orders, Ethereum, Base, and Solana. So I wanted a table that will give me an information for these 4 blockchain on a single table. So to give me the analysis for each order based on their blockchain. So for Base, I will have the number of order. For Ethereum, for Solana, and the rest. And aside that, I also want to have a table that will display the amount of their circulating supply, because the total supply is 1 billion. So I wanted a circulating supply on each blockchain. So I wrote my query, everything was going fine. Then that was where I was stuck. Like for more than 2 days, I was just moving over in the same cycle. Like it got to an extent where I even exhausted my Doom credits, because I'm using a free tier. Yeah, so I've not seen a reason not to migrate to the paid tier. So I exhausted my credits. And I was like, how do I go about it? I had to create 2 additional accounts. Sorry for the background noise. So I had to create 2 additional accounts just to get my query up and running. Still yet, I was still not getting it. So I had to reach out to a friend of mine. We brainstorm. We had a call on that effect to debug what the problem is and all. So the issue it wasn't that the query was giving me a bug or giving me an issue, an error. So the issue was that whenever I query the data on the block, me the accurate figure, it was giving me a different value entirely. Base might be correct, Ethereum will be wrong, Solana will be wrong, Base will be correct. So it was just giving me several results. It wasn't telling me the query was not wrong. but it was giving me, so the result I wanted was not what I was getting. So when I cross-check, because as a data analyst, whatever information you are giving must be accurate. So when I tried to like check the blockchain explorer to confirm if the information was correct, it was giving me something different. I was like, no, this is not what I want. I did all I could do. I tried. Then I reached out to a friend of mine, Michael. Is also my BI Michael, the guy I told you about. So we started this Analytic Sages journey together. So he also tried it from his end. He tried all he could. He said we should just leave it that. We'll come back to it. So I published the dashboard without that section. So but every that section was ready. So I published the article. So I was able to target a fixed trace up, and that was how I was able to overcome that challenge. But during that process, I got to learn some certain things that I've missed along the line, and it's also part of the journey. So your query will not be all perfect, or you won't get it right the first time. But what you should remember that don't stop trying, keep trying till you get it. You can consult AI, even the Dune dashboard or the Dune querying page itself. It has its own inbuilt AI assistant that can assist you. But even with that, I still didn't get my result right. So, but I had to consult a friend. Now we did it together, and it was later able to help me out one way or the other. So reach out to your community of friends that are also analysts like you, and you'll be fine. Don't work in isolation. Have friends, have people that you can collaborate with, you can talk to whenever you run into problem. So that was it for me. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, but I don't know if you are speaking. You're muted.
Okay. I love the whole fact that I mentioned collaboration because it's one thing as well that we preach in Analytic Sages. Community is everything, right? And like you said, you should surround yourself with persons who you can always fall back to. Persons who are in the same field as you that can always assist you when you have such a block. So thank you once again, Mr. Michael. So we can take Mr. David.
All right. Thank you very much. So just to go straight to the point, the project, we were given a particular project by our tutor to just like work on something. So the thing there is that at the beginning of that particular class, we were given some metrics, like he gave us the metrics that we are going to work on. So he taught us how to like solve a particular one, how to like get the results. Then he said the other ones we should go and find ourselves and like try and work on it. Just for the info, the project we're working on was on Avi platform. So to be sincere, when I saw those metrics, I didn't like immediately understand what they were. So I just like did some personal research on my site to see what the metrics are about, how it affects the protocol, just to understand exactly what I'm trying to do. So after doing that, oh, okay, then it was time to start writing the queries. So I was like getting a little bit confused. So I just went to our earlier classes, like the queries we've worked on. So I just looked at those queries, studied them more. Then I had one or two ideas. So I just like went straight to go and write the query and try to solve those metrics. So I solved those metrics, wrote the queries, and I was even surprised that I could like do that all by myself. But the reason why I was able to do it was not because I just try and copy someone's work or just like go and look for it aimlessly. I had to like go and do a personal research because that would really help me personally. Like it will help my career because at least when I see those metrics again, I won't be confused. I will like get them straight. So just understood those metrics and I built the dashboard. And it was the one that I said that it was actually like trending on June. And somebody like personally reached out to me. And yeah, that was the project that I built. So yeah, that's all.
Amazing. Thank you so much, sir, for that. So I think I picked up on something, and I believe you had even mentioned when you were speaking earlier, research, personal research. So research is one of the very paramount skills anybody could have, not even just a data professional, anybody, because like research opens your eyes to a lot of things, right? So, and like I said, I also picked up from another thing from you, Mr. David, the aspect where it seems like, okay, learning is something that is really a superpower from your end. And I believe it's the same for the rest of the speakers. So thank you so much, Mr. David, for sharing. So I want to just specially thank our speakers, and we'll be moving on to the next thing on the agenda. So we'll be looking through other students' testimonials, basically. And yeah, so Mr. George Ikechukwu says that Analytic Sages kickstarted my journey into blockchain analytics. From learning on-chain analysis to becoming an Aptos ambassador, the skills and community here have truly shaped my career. Then Mr. Tobechi says, being part of Analytic Sages has been an impactful experience so far. I've learned to understand blockchain architecture, contract interactions, and most importantly, on-chain analytics from my initial classes in the first cohort to subsequent classes and workshops. Then we have Mr. Oladimeji. He says that learning Web3 analytics at Analytic Sages has been a game changer. The skills I learned and the incredible support I received not only accelerated my crypto journey, but also brought real tangible improvement to my life. I've achieved things I never imagined possible in such a short time. Then Chinyere says that since the conclusion of my training with Analytics Sages, I have been able to secure an internship as a finance analyst in a startup company. This is significant for me, not just in helping strengthen my skills, but also in giving me a second source of income. Then Ogeva Divine says, I currently work at Second Mountain as a research analyst. Being an active analyst at Analytics Sages was where I got this opportunity and I landed the job. One thing that stood out to the recruiters was my skill in SQL, dashboard creation, and analysis, which I learned and fine-tuned at Analytics Sages. So, and then we have the rest of our students who shared their testimonials with us. Now, what are the career opportunities available for you as an on-chain analyst? That is, if you decide to shred through this path. So the roles are blockchain data analyst, on-chain researcher, compliance analyst, forensic analyst, quant analyst. Then, of course, there's some others, right? And then where like such there are opportunities where companies hiring people that are involved in exchanges, DeFi projects, NFT platforms, and analytics firms. You can have the opportunity to work with such companies. And if let's say you're not into the 9 to 5 opportunity at the time, you can always feel free to look at freelancing or gig works. And we have things like the Web3 bounty programs, Dio Analytics. So we have a lot of analysts who have partaken in a lot of bounty programs and hackathons. So it's not like they had like a fixed 9 to 5 job. So is somebody saying something? All right. So as I was saying, so you don't have to wait to have like a job, a company job. You can always, that's a lot of, by the time you learn the skill, you begin to see so many opportunities in the space that match your role as an analyst, right? And you can partake in such programs. Then next up, we have our data providers and data aggregators. So these are companies that I would just want to specially appreciate during this session. We have the likes of Dune Analytics, and we have CoinGecko and Coin Paprika. So basically, these are our data providers and data aggregators, right? So if you join our program, you would get familiar with you will get familiar with these particular data providers. Next up, we have our program for you, and this is the Become a Blockchain Data Analyst program where you learn on-chain analysis using SQL and Dune, right? So what you will learn is basically fundamentals of blockchain analytics, basic SQL, on-chain analysis techniques, project dashboard design and creation, and of course, you would learn how to go about professional research report writing. So you can feel free to register here, right? This is the website page. I will just walk us through that. So this is the page where you will be taken to. Let me just share the link in the comments. So this is where you'll be taken to when you click on it. The link to register, right? You first of all, it takes you to where you see explicitly what we do or what we teach, right, in the program. So before I continue, I can see a question asked by Rashid as well. He says, is Anaconda the appropriate IDE for blockchain analysis? So Mr. David or Mr. Michael, can you answer that question? Okay, do we still have Mr. David and Mr. Michael on the call? Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm with you. Sorry,
uh,
what's
bi-
the question?
sorry, sir, please, I didn't hear you.
I said, please, what's the question?
Okay, the question is Anaconda the appropriate ID for blockchain analysis?
Okay, I won't say it's a platform you can use for analysis, but for blockchain, majorly Zoom, because most of the data you need or most of the blockchain side are integrated on Zoom. So most of the data are already integrated on Zoom platform, so you can easily query them. I'm not sure Anaconda supports blockchain data, but if there's a way you can actually integrate or um, move those data onto Anaconda, then you can use it. But if not, why stress yourself? Just use them. Yeah, so Zone is majorly for blockchain analysis. So it's Zone is a fork of Trinity SQL. So it has been optimized to work with blockchain data specifically. So if you want to work on blockchain data, you use them. Yeah, so that's my take on that question.
Okay, so I hope he has answered your question, Mr. Rashid. Moving forward, so when you click on the link, this is where to take you through, and you will even see our roadmap for the course, right? So for the entire program, this is the roadmap that we do work with for the this is for our become a blockchain analyst, right? For our become the blockchain analyst program, this is basically the roadmap. So when you look through it, we also have our module breakdown, and when you scroll all through down to this point, you will see register for course, and when you click on it, it should take you to see the initial form for the program. So when you click on it, you should be taken to the initial form for the program, and this is where you would be taken to, and you would now fill the form. So yes, that is basically it. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the WhatsApp group after this. So moving forward to the next thing in the agenda. Closing and next steps. So the replay would be sent to everyone in the WhatsApp group, and you should feel free to connect with us. Join our WhatsApp community at analyticsages.io by clicking on Join Community. Then follow us on Analytic Sages on X, LinkedIn Analytic Sages, and YouTube and Instagram Analytic Sages. So this session was practically brought to you by Analytic Sages. I would want to, on this call, briefly acknowledge the person of Mr. Oluwatomise Olaoluwa. He is the founder and CEO of Analytic Sages. He was the one who took the first session on Monday. So I would want to especially appreciate him and also all the community members. And to our speakers who took out the time to be here, I really appreciate you. For our members in the WhatsApp group who are here, thank you so much. And yeah, that's everything that we have for you guys. And we'll see each other in the group. Thank you so much.